welcome to the tutorial on how to use the pH meter. So first of all, we put on the pH meter, of course. It's on now. So to get the reservoir of the pH meter, you have to screw it off. So that's really important to know. And then it comes right off. Second step is to rinse the electrode with distilled water. Take out the excess water with the tissue. Then it's important to know if you have a buffer which pH you want to reach in the end. So we have three buffers we can calibrate with. So one is pH 4, 7 and 10. If my buffer has to be at like, let's say pH 7.5, I calibrate the machine with pH 7 and 10 because it's between 7 and 10. So we're gonna do that now. So first start with the lowest pH, which is 7. So I'm just gonna put the electrode in the standard buffer, and then we press calibrate, and then if the machine is ready with calibrating, it will give in the right bottom corner a sign that it's done calibrating. So it's calibrated now. We repeat the same step as the first time, so we rinse with deionized water. And then we take our second standard, which is pH 10. And then we just press the calibrating button again. So second standard is also calibrated now. So we rinse again. So now after the pH meter is calibrated, it's ready to measure the pH of like a buffer solution you want to measure. So now we're going to go in a bit more depth about how to adjust the pH when you have your buffer ready, if you've done the calibration. So important thing, always put the buffer that you made on a magnetic stir plate with a magnetic stir inside the flask you have your buffer in. So the machine is now calibrated, so we do a first read of the pH. If it's ready with measuring, in the right corner there's an A, and if it gets like a line above it, it's done measuring. It says pH 8.04. So if you want, for example, pH 7, we make it more acidic, so we use hydrochloric acid. So we have a couple of dilutions of that here. But if you want a higher pH, let's say like 9, we have sodium hydroxide as well in a couple of dilutions here. So I'll take a disposable pipette. So let's say you want pH 9. So I'll add a couple of drops of sodium hydroxide. And I measure again by pushing the button read. Now the pH is above 9, so we can adjust it back down a bit again with the hydrochloric acid we have here. Repeat this process until we get the desired pH we want for our buffer. So after I measured the pH of the solution I wanted to measure, we rinse the electrode again with deionized water And then we have to store the electrode again in the buffer, the storing buffer. So again, you do the reverse as the first time. So you put the reservoir on, and then you screw it tight so it doesn't fall off. So now the electrode is kept in a good way for the next measurement.